Welcome back to the channel. I'm Erica, and today I am collabing again with the Real Prince Club. We are doing a challenge of collabs called Summerween, and last time we did a video with the word ghost, and I created a little bitty doll ghost using one of these little Dollar Tree dolls. And then she let me pick the word for this time, and I picked werewolf. I know, why would you pick werewolf? And it's because I love werewolves, but I was like thinking, oh no, why did I pick werewolf? So what we're going to do is, so to get started with my werewolf, I'm using this little Dollar Tree doll, and I'm going to start off by ripping the head off of the doll. It's okay, she's not hurt. But now I'm just going to cut off the ponytail because I feel like I can save this for a future project. I can also save this hair too that I am just ripping out because I noticed the Dollar Tree dolls from my last video of the ghost, which I will link down below and somewhere's on the screen if I can. I noticed that they don't glue the hair in, so now I'm just going to plop the head back onto the neck peg. And now you see me putting hot glue on her face, and you're probably cringing, but it's okay. So I just put some hot glue on her nose and close to her mouth, and I'm just going to take a pony bead, and this is going to be the snout for my werewolf. And then I'm just going to coat it in hot glue. And it's not going to melt the doll, or at least it did not melt mine. And I'm trying to press it in. I know you see me put my finger on the hot glue. Yes, I'm crazy. But that is basically what I'm doing. I'm just adding hot glue to cover up the plastic so it will be easier to paint and add the fur later. Now to give the cheeks a more fuller, kind of hairier look, I'm adding hot glue to the cheeks, and I'm building it up slowly and using the nozzle to make it more pointed for the fur to adhere to. Now I'm going to be making the ears, and how I'm going to do that is I'm going to recycle some paperboard and I'm drawing some ear shapes, and then I'm just going to cut them out. Now to add the ears, I am just going to kind of crease it in the middle to make them more curved. And then I'm just going to take a piece of paper clip, and I took the coating off of it, and I am just going to glue it straight to the center because this is going to be the peg that I'm going to jam inside of her head on top of it so the ears will stay. When I had added the cheeks earlier with the hot glue, it covered most of her ears, her original ones, which is fine by me because werewolves tend to have pointier ears. So as you can see here, I am just taking a pen or a paper clip, I can't remember, and I'm just jamming it in her head, and then I'm just going to take the ear, I'm going to glue it inside, and now it just looks better, and they're not going to fall off, because I think that if I would just added just the cardboard, it would have just fallen off, but now it's not. So you can see that I added more hot glue to the ears to secure it. I did it in the front and in the back to also cover up that wire too, so when I start painting it, it'll be a little bit more leveled out. So now I'm going to give her claws because werewolves have claws. They don't just have teeth and a tail and pointy ears, they have claws too. And the best way that I found to do this is just use hot glue. I don't have a precision, Erica, a precision tip. I just have a regular cheap $3 hot glue gun, and I just dabbed a little on there, and then I pulled to get this little point because werewolves have claws. So here are her claws. I think they turned out really cute, and here are her bottom feet. I'm just adding hot glue to it because I'm trying to give it more of an arched look. I'm also going to try and pull the hot glue to give them more of a pointed shape because I feel like werewolves would be taller and possibly have more of an arched foot. But now I'm just going to take this paper clip. I had decoded it, and I'm just going to shove it in her back. That sounds so messed up, but that is what I'm doing. And I'm also gluing it, and I'm adding more glue to the wires so it will be more secure. And I went ahead and I did a light layer of gray pewter paint by the Apple Barrel. It's just thin coats. I think I did probably about 4 coats. And the reason for that is because the thinner the better, because if you do it too thick, it's going to look really weird. So as you can see, I did not paint her that great, but I did my best, and I'm going to cover her in fur anyways. I used a pen to outline her eyes, and now I'm just going to use gold paint instead of white paint. The gold paint that I'm using is the titanium one. I think it's a Nita brand. It's at Hobby Lobby. I just used that, and then I'm just going to go over with a purple Pansy, I believe, and it's a darker shade of apple barrel purple, and I'm just going to add it to the center of the eye, and I believe I'm going to add a purple velvet, if I'm right. I can't remember. Yes, purple velvet purple. There we go. And I'm just going to add it into the center to give it more of a lighter tone to it. I can't remember if I add white or not. This is not the best clip, but I tried. And now you will see that I am just adding glue to her hair. And how I made her hair and her body fur is I just took some gray yarn and I did the exact same thing that I did with the ghost, except for I trimmed it. I even made little bitty flocking hairs for the nose and for other places on her, because I didn't want her to be completely hairy, you know, because I can't imagine a werewolf, like a true werewolf that was like a human that is now a canine. I cannot imagine them having a whole bunch of hair. Like, when I think werewolf, I definitely do not think of Twilight. I think of more of like Buffy the Vampire Slayer or something like that. So I went ahead and I did this, and maybe she's just, you know, maybe because she's a cub, maybe she doesn't have all of her body hair. I don't know, but I think she turned out really cute, and I do end up like combing it out with a toothbrush, and you pretty much can't see it because I went off camera. I forgot I had zoomed in, so sorry. Thank you all so much for watching, and don't forget to check the description box down below. You can check out the Real Prince Club's werewolf video, and all of our other Summerween videos, in case you've missed it, is in a playlist down below. And I do know that my werewolf needs some enhancing.